American poet Charles Bukowski states in his assemblage of uncollected works of fiction, The Bell Tolls for No One, that we shall all have learned our lesson by now, that we always will be totally and utterly alone. This quote really transcended words on a page for me. It became my everyday reality. The month after high school graduation, my mother passed away in a car accident. And as one could probably imagine, it completely changed my whole viewpoint on everything. Not only was she my parent, but as the only child of an immigrant couple, I felt so incredibly alone. All of my family was back home in Mexico, and my at-home life was kind of rocky. My mother was incredibly kind and giving, and my father was really hardworking. But they had their issues, and furthermore, they had very difficult personalities. I understand now that all the turmoils that occurred had been to prepare me for this moment. However, as a child, you don't really understand that. So, during the time of the incident, my mother had been visiting our home in Mexico for the first time in about a year. She had previously been serving house arrest, and our already rocky relationship simply heightened even more. During the time of the incident, I was here, and I remember I was doing DoorDash. When I received the call, no one told me what had happened, but I kind of knew. It took me a really, really long time to really wrap my head around what happened. I was in denial, simply rejected the idea. It wasn't until I was able to accept the reality of what happened that I was able to move on. When I understood and accepted that I was alone and that it was okay, it's natural. I felt alone before, and then I realized I really hadn't been. It was all a preparation for my current reality. And it makes me happy to know that I was prepared for this, and even in death, my mother is still somehow making sure I'm okay. Being alone simply means being independent. I was so used to having somebody else who related to my struggle, who understood my life. So when she was gone, and she was honestly my life, I felt lost, because what could I do without her? But she taught me what to do without her. And it created the person I am today, which I hope is someone she is proud of. It is okay to be alone. Sometimes it helps to be alone. And when you accept that and are okay with that, it helps navigating some of life's difficulties a little bit easier. Dependency is not always the best thing, and having someone to depend on is always amazing. But the number one person you should always depend on is yourself. And that is what I feel was the ultimate lesson, that I will be okay. Being alone is normal. We were born alone, and from that, so much has been created. It's a difficult lesson, and probably not one I really ever wanted to learn. But you have to take something from any situation and hopefully make the best of it. My mother's passing will forever remain one of the most tragic events in my life. However, I am profoundly grateful for everything in my life that I always thought was so difficult, because it truly prepared me for the most difficult lesson of all. My love for my mother will never be replaced, but it always makes me happy knowing that she is right there teaching me and guiding me the same way she did when I was a child. Only unfortunately now it is through memory. We are always alone, but that's okay.